So I watched the Elephant Man last night, and it's about this guy John Merrick. Um, he's tremendously disfigured, and he wears his bag over his head and kind of like a frock or a coat over his body um, to hide this disfigurement um, from the world in some way. And I started thinking about the fact that, what would it be like to see him? The fact that we walk around all the time, um, and although we don't have these like cloaks over our bodies or a bag over our head, uh, we don't really see one another. Um, we see, I guess, a facade in some ways. Um, and with Merrick, at some point, the bag comes off his head, and he's seen. He's seen by the doctor, and he's seen by a woman who comes to visit him, and he's seen by the socialites of, I guess, London, and somewhat somewhat accepted in some ways. He's he's sort of a spectacle, but at the same time, he can reveal himself and have these connections with other people that he wasn't able to have before. And I think about it in terms of like my own life sometimes. That there's so much that gets hidden away, so much emotions or things that sort of get buried or hidden away that I don't tell people, I guess, because I'm in some ways ashamed. I feel like maybe we're all ashamed of the things that we think are dirty or deficits or things about us that we don't feel good about. Um, but I think there's something about revealing ourselves to other people. And it's so interesting that so often we never do that. Um, I think I think people would feel way better about themselves if they were able to be vulnerable with one another and connect in that way, but we don't. Um, we hide like John Merrick, because we think there are these things that are so shameful and ugly about us, except they're not our physical appearance. Many times it's what we think and what we feel. Um, and that, in some ways, that keeps us disconnected, or at least it makes me feel disconnected at times.